Written and directed by David O. Russell and George Clooney and Ice Cube. They're just getting tortured by Iraqis all day. It's a movie with the Gulf War, so it's not fun for me.
Michael, you're going to have 5 minutes this time. We'll give you halfway, 30 seconds in the wrap-up, and we are rolling.
Well, it's a very stylized movie. What did you think of it when you saw it?
I thought it was a little bit slicker than I had expected. But, you know, I'd never gone to dailies or anything. I never saw any pieces of the film until I saw it in its entirety, so I didn't really know what to expect. It's a little more gunfire than I had expected, too. You know, but they had the second unit thing going on all the time, so I wasn't aware of that either.
So what was it about the elements that made you decide to do it?
Well, I think in the early stages, it was just me kind of being selfish and wanting to play this kind of part, wanting to play a cop and, you know, play a good guy. And I was really interested in the relationship between Yun Fat and obviously the twist without giving anything away at the end of the movie, and also the relationship with Dad, you know. And then again, having an opportunity to work with Jamie Foley again, who I had a wonderful experience with, and pretty much a learning experience because it was only like my 3rd film when I worked with him the first time, and you know, Yun Fat as well.
So what is it like working with a huge Asian film star?
It was rough in Chinatown, you know, I mean, thousands and thousands of people around, you know, constantly, day in and day out.
The corruption is one of the big themes of the movie. Do you think corruption as portrayed in this film is any different in Chinatown than anywhere else?
It's not any different than it is in my neighborhood, you know. I mean, I can't speak for any other place, but, you know, I've had some run-ins with some pretty crooked cops, you know. You know, a lot of my friends who were, you know, terrible criminals became cops, you know. And I don't think they changed all that much, except for the fact that they now have a badge and a gun, which seems to make it okay.
What was it like working on a real action movie with James?
Well, again, the action stuff we didn't really do until later on, you know, and Jamie is an actor's director, so we were always focusing on the acting. But then, you know, of course, when we started to get into the action stuff, it became a little tough for me because it's not something that I'm that familiar with, you know. But it was great.
So when you play a cop, did you do any, like you said, there's a lot of cops in your neighborhood who are...
Yeah, well, I had that experience, and then I was also able to go and spend a lot of time in Chinatown with some Asian gang unit cops, a couple of beat cops. I spent some time with some IA cops as well. You know, I had a couple of weeks to spend in Chinatown, which was good.
You know, you've been making some really good choices. How do you pick him?
I don't know. I just, you know, I look at the material, you know, I look at the part and the filmmaker, you know, and that's pretty much it. You know, I still want to continue to grow as an actor. This is definitely not the path I'm taking. I want to try to do something different every time out, so, you know, until I run out of different things to do, and then maybe I'll, you know, go back to what I had done before or something. I don't know.
Like what, singing?
No, not singing, but, you know, maybe I'll go back and do another street movie, you know, do something a little more edgy.
Does Hollywood's view of you change over the time?
I don't know. I don't spend too much time trying to figure it out, you know. I think I'm definitely being recognized by the kind of filmmakers that I want to work with, and being very fortunate in that aspect. But as far as the rest of the machine goes, I'm not really sure.
And in terms of what's being offered to you?
Some interesting stuff, finally, you know. No more sci-fi movies or anything like that being offered to me, you know. Just getting a chance to work with some young, talented guys, you know. Just worked with the guy, James Gray, did a movie called The Yards. I got to work with a bunch of tremendous actors, you know. It was a wonderful learning experience for me. And then the movie I'm doing now, you know. So I'm just kind of working with people that want to work with me, and, you know, interesting stuff that I feel is different and is going to help me, you know, to develop as an actor.